Hello and welcome to the video for this listing. This is the Seiko 8B92 coutura, and it's a radio sync world time piece which is relatively big. It's 45mm from side to side. I think that excludes the crown. It's 15mm thick, so it's got some presence, and it is 100 meters water resistance. It's got Lume Bright on the hands and on the top 12 batten, and has a screw down crown with a cabochon jewel. It's probably not a proper jewel, but it is a dressy piece, this. So I would recommend it for a wrist of no smaller than mine, which is in the pictures at 16.75 centimeters. Its lug to lug, I think, is about 50, but it does have the integrated bracelet. Sapphire crystal, 4 pushers. It's a clever watch. Let's just demonstrate it a second. So we've got a chronograph, button top right for the chrono going, and then we've got a minute hand in the bottom there. That's your minutes for the timer, and it's a stop start chrono. So stop, and then I think if we can get the continuation. So yeah, if I press it there, just give it a spin a second so you can see the quality of it, and then if I press it again, the hand advances. So that's the chronograph. Stop and then reset. So all the hands have been trimmed, so they're all pointing exactly at the right reference. So that's the chronograph part. Then we've got the screw down crown, which screws down nicely, and then we've got buttons over here. These are for the signal. We've got a seconds hand running there on the left hand side, and if we press that one there, it says yes and no for the signal that it's received, which it has. And there we are. We'll just advance it again. We'll do that again so it's in frame. So that's yes on that left dial, and then back to seconds. And then if we hold the bottom left pusher, it will do a manual receive, but it should receive every night up until 4 o'clock in the morning. And around the outside you'll see cities of the world, and you can adjust to the city that you want, and the hands will move manually like so. If I think I press this one here, there we are. So that spins round 1, and then we can advance and retract. So if you see the hand there moving from city to city, and now the hands move on their own, and that will take you back 2 hours. So if we then advance it, UTC, Universal Time, and then you've got Paris and Berlin, top right hand corner, just where the 1 is, and that will advance an hour. So let's just go back to there, and I think it'll you just leave it and that's it. Anyway, it is a fairly simple watch to operate. There is an encyclopedia, but only about 10 pages are English, and it's not hard to work it. The date window there at 4 o'clock position. So last night it was the 30th of November. Today's the 1st of December, and you can see that 1st of December showing nicely there. And I do have a Casio radio controlled watch, and it synced up last night perfectly with a strong signal on the high and low setting there, which is over here, and it gave a perfect reference, and the time and the seconds was absolutely identical to my digital Casio Wave Scepter. Its band is set at for about 18 centimeters at the moment, and as you've seen in the pictures, there's 3 spare links. But overall, the bracelet and the watch are in very, very good condition. It is practically 9 out of 10. There is maybe a there are some very, very small marks, but nothing to describe. It's been very well looked after. That outer bezel there is black. It feels like it's ceramic, possibly sapphire. But sapphire crystal, screw down crown, good water resistance, and the radio sync. A watch that really does look the part, and that is not a lot of money for a radio sync coutura. The dial is a green colour, dark green, but it stands out beautifully on these gold battens and hands. And the loom is also rather nice, as you'll see by the pictures. Anyway, that's probably enough waffle for a watch, really. But there we are, just to put a bit more meat on the bones for you. Oh, and a very pleasant glass finished, nice and flat rear case back with the etchings in there for the model number and the sapphire. Yeah, you struggle to find one nicer than that, I think, with a full set. Bye-bye.